In a dramatic and chilling address that has stunned observers worldwide, former U.S. President Donald Trump warned that escalating tensions with Russia and other global flashpoints could spiral into World War III, and hinted at a possible nuclear dimension to the confrontation. What Trump said. In a high-stakes speech delivered before top military officials, Trump declared that Russia's recent provocations and NATO's responses risk dragging the world into a global conflict. He referenced hidden U.S. submarines lurking off Russia's coast as a message of deterrence, and pledged a sweeping upgrade of America's nuclear arsenal. Trump argued that only strength, not appeasement, can prevent a third world war, signaling a hardline posture toward adversaries. He also criticized current military doctrine and hinted at resetting global alliances and deterrence strategies. Context and escalations. Russia-NATO tensions. Russia has increasingly tested NATO's resolve with drone incursions and airspace violations over Estonia, Lithuania, and Poland. Security experts warn these are deliberate, gray zone tactics, probing defenses, weakening alliances, and raising the risk of miscalculation. Trump's shifting rhetoric. In recent months, Trump has moved from ambiguous statements to overt warnings. He publicly told Ukraine that Russia's war could lead to a full global conflict. At a separate military address, he signaled a doctrinal shift, recasting internal unrest and border issues as part of a broader war from within. Nuclear overtones. Trump's reference to submarine deployments and nuclear upgrades injects a new and more dangerous dimension into the rhetoric. Critics say this escalatory tone risks provoking rather than deterring adversaries. Reactions and risks. Domestic and political pushback. Some Republicans, including staunch Trump supporters, worry he is abandoning prior pledges to avoid new wars. Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene warned that the U.S. may already be entering nuclear World War III. Others fear Trump is playing to the military-industrial complex and warmongers within his base. International alarm. Allies in Europe are on edge. A war involving NATO and Russia would reshape global security. Russia, for its part, has reacted cautiously, treating Trump's harsher rhetoric as possible bluff or negotiating posture. The escalation dilemma. Observers warn that in a high-tension environment, a single misstep, a misfired missile, an airspace incursion, a misunderstood military exercise, could cascade into open war. Nuclear escalation is especially perilous. Once nuclear weapons are invoked, the path back is nearly irreversible. What to watch next? 1. Official U.S. policy response. Will Congress or the Pentagon push back? Will the administration clarify or soften the rhetoric? 2. Russian reaction. Whether Russia strengthens deterrence or responds with countermeasures could determine whether the crisis cools or intensifies. 3. Allied coordination. How NATO and Europe respond will be crucial. Unity, or lack thereof, could prevent or accelerate escalation. 4. On-the-ground incidents. Airspace violations, border clashes, UAV attacks could act as triggers in the tinderbox. Analysis and implications. Trump's speech marks a dramatic pivot, from deterrence through ambiguity to open threat and escalation. The inclusion of nuclear signaling raises the stakes significantly. While some see this as posturing or leverage in diplomacy, the risk is that opponents call the bluff or misinterpret the threat. A strategic rift between words and actions may end in disaster. In the coming days, global eyes will watch military deployments, diplomatic statements, and reactions from Moscow, Beijing, and NATO capitals. The world may be standing closer to a precipice than many realize.